you got to realize that whatever you're doing, you're competing with somebody. What is it that gives you an advantage over your competition? Whatever you're good at, try to be great at it. And if you're great at it, good things will happen.
Maverick. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. This is the Maverick Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Maverick. Today we have royalty in the building. We have the one and only Queen Ella in the house. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm happy to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome. I'm super excited. Maybe for the 1% of the people out there that don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Queen Ella. I'm a singer and a poet, a writer. I love doing everything. I love art. I am art.
Cool. I like that. You were originally from Oklahoma? Or
yes.
From Oklahoma? Okay. Cool. How'd you discover that you were into music? How did that whole start?
Man, I've always been into music. My mom, she loves music. She's always been into like Jill Scott and Erykah Badu and, and then she's always been a church woman as well. So she's always had me in church and choir, so it just grew on me.
Yeah. Did you just start like getting compliments like, hey, you're a good singer or something? Or how did you figure out, okay, maybe I want to pursue this?
Yeah. I've always been super shy. So like, it was really just like while I was in choir, like my choir director was like, hold on, like, you a soprano, you ain't no alto, you a soprano. Like, let's move you over here. So then I just started just singing more, just doing, getting more confident in myself. And then I went to this place called Dope Poetry. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out.
And so that's, where I started going really crazy with my poetry and stuff. So.
Got it. Yeah, I was listening to some of your albums and stuff, and I like how you incorporate the poetry into the singing and everything. You seem to do that often in a lot of your tracks, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like just happens naturally, or that's kind of just like what you gravitate towards, or what?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. Like when I first started like actually making music like on the track, like professionally, I would always have a hard time like with like how I wanted to end the song. So like I'm like, how do I want to say this, like, and but I always write. Like I'm a big writer, so I'm like, you a poet? Just you better spit some poetry, and I'm a big fan of like Flowetry and Raheem Devon and stuff, like, so I'm like, yeah.
That's very cool. I think I was listening to the track. It's called like Window Pane, I think. And then you just start going off. Poetry. I was kind of like, man, I don't know if I'm in trouble here listening to the track.
No, facts, but it's an outlet.
Yeah. You say that a lot of your songs are actually like based on like stuff you went through or what?
Yeah.
For sure?
Everything. Everything I wrote, experience. Yeah.
Okay. So on your I Am Art project, did you write all the tracks or what?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I also saw that you worked with Loudmouth.
Yes.
What was that?
Yes,
like?
that's
Shout
my
out to
guy.
Loudmouth.
That's my guy. He's amazing. Like, the way he makes his beats, like, he's going crazy.
I like the contrast too, because Loudmouth has a lot of bassy, a lot of drums, and then you were kind of singing on top of that with the poetry. So it was cool.
I'm not gonna lie, like when we did Words Can't Explain, like it was different because it was like different from the beats like that I usually like I get on top of, but like I really enjoyed making that song with him because he it went crazy.
Awesome. Walk me through that process. Were you guys in the same room when you were working, or did he just send you the beats and then you just lay down the vocals, or how did that go?
Well, I had came to him to record it. I already had it wrote down, but of course I was still just trying to become like comfortable and confident within my music and my poetry and combined and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He definitely made me feel comfortable. He was just like, just do that that stuff. You know what I'm
sure.
saying? He was like, you the only one that can't nobody do it like you. So, so just be comfortable and confident and do your thing. And so
I really enjoyed the project. Is that like your first project?
Yes,
I
that
saw
was
it
my
just
very
came out,
first.
right? This year, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is your first project. Okay. What was it like to do that? Was it a lot of pressure? What kind of like time frame are we talking about to lay it all down?
Nervous.
Yeah.
Well, my baby, I have a son. I have a son that's 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I made my first song, Sweetest Things. I made that when I was actually pregnant with my son.
Okay.
I wrote that when I was pregnant with him. And so, but like I said, I still was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life and just my career, even though I was still performing like pregnant and stuff. Like I just was still just trying to figure myself out, So I don't know. Like I just started really just putting it on the paper and just putting it in the studio. And like people was really telling me like, you really got something different. So I don't know. I ran with it.
I Am Art. Why'd you come up with that title?
Well, I am actually with an organization called Poetic City.
Okay.
And they're actually filled with like poets and artists and publishers, authors, just business owners, all types of stuff. And it made me realize that like, everything isn't just, everything is art. You know what I'm saying? The way you make your music, the way you make it an outlet for yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's art. And I also enjoy painting. I enjoy writing. I enjoy all of that.
Like you said, we are art, right? Like
Right.
Each person is individual. Each person is unique.
Mm-hmm.
So even the way you dress, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, it's art.
Everything.
Yeah,
You know?
cool. So how did you come about with like the different tracks and how many? Because I know that's difficult to like just narrow down like the number of tracks. Did you have like a bunch of stuff written and maybe a lot of the stuff didn't make it to the album, or how did they go down?
Yeah, it was really like a lot of stuff just didn't make it to the album, really. Like I have a few things that I actually want to put on my next project. But I don't know. A lot of things just didn't make it. And other things, like I'm very particular about, my music, even though there was some things that I had to learn, I'm very particular about it. So I was just like, nah, this is going to be for next time. Cool. And that's just how I want to do it.
You mentioned Erykah Badu and some others there. If I would ask you, who are your influences? Who would be on that list?
How many can I say? Like
as many as you want. You want to go top 5, top 10? You tell me.
Like I'm gonna do top 5.
All right.
I'm gonna say my number 1 is Whitney Houston.
Okay.
I love me some Whitney Houston.
Yeah, starting off strong.
Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, Raheem Devon, and Michael Jackson.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I would say, here recently, the ladies are kind of the ones holding it down for R&B, right? If you think about SZA, Summer Walker.
I agree.
I mean, there's so many, right? Like Snow Leg. Like, who would you say are some of your favorites that are kind of doing it currently?
That are doing it currently? Definitely SZA. I love me some SZA. Snooze, that's my song. I really like Tim's.
Okay.
Yeah, she hard.
Cool.
I don't know. Snow Allegra.
Yeah.
Ain't that her name?
Yeah, for sure. I love her stuff.
Yeah. Ari Lennox.
Okay.
Oh
cool.
yeah, she fire.
No, I like it. I think the ladies are holding. I don't know what's up with the dudes. They're just not carrying that torch for R&B. I even hear some people say that R&B is dead. But what do you think about that?
I don't think R&B is dead. I think it definitely I think it kind of took a little bit of a different turn. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like the R&B that was in the late 90s and early 2000s, but it's still R&B. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at how people want to express themselves, and if it still falls into the lines of R&B, you can't bash them for that either. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way they want to express themselves. So, yeah, I just think sometimes, you know, I understand in a way, but I think some of that is hating too.
Yeah. No, I think the ladies carrying the torch right now are super talented. I enjoy all their music, but one thing, being a guy, I kind of get beat up in the lyrics. It's all about like the guys being like a bad dude, basically every track, right?
And man, it really just depends.
Yeah.
It depends. You know what I'm saying? Because I got my songs where I'm bashing, but I got a lot of songs where I'm talking about loving on my dude.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like the kind of stuff that I've listened to recently from, you know,
Man.
all these female artists. They're like bashing the dudes like left and right.
Yeah. See, it's this new generation of dudes. I don't know.
They need to step it up, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like it. So have you performed any of these tracks that you have on this new project yet, or what?
Yes. I've performed Sweetest Things, of course. I've performed Window Pane a lot, but I have to be in a different headspace with Window Pane because, you know, it's poetry and I be talking my stuff on Window Pane. So
you can feel it's like emotional. It's
like, man, you know, like, yeah.
Speaking from the heart, right?
Man, I was like, forget you.
Yeah. No, I like it. 'Cause I was listening to that and I was like, I'm sure that that's like related to an actual thing that went down.
Yeah, no,
life,
definitely.
Right?
All of it.
When you perform, do you perform with the DJ or a band, or what?
I perform with the DJ.
Okay.
Most of the time, but I have performed with a band. I actually like performing with a band, but it really just depends on the setting and the show, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have been the people's reaction when they see you do the poetry live and stuff like that?
Man, they actually love it. I actually do a thing at my shows that I don't really do, you know, on my videos and stuff. Like, I'll do a poem that I'll just recite a poem without a track or anything.
That's cool.
Sometimes I won't even do it with the mic. You know what I'm saying? I'll just do a poem and it'll be like quiet.
Yeah.
Like you could hear a pin drop. It'd be so quiet. And they really love it. And then I'll start doing my song. You know, I'll start singing my songs and
I felt like I was in a poetry show. Like, are there poetry shows like you can go around the city where like actual people recite poetry?
Yes.
Really? Where do those go down usually?
Well, at the ICE Event Center.
Okay.
It's called Dope Poetry, which I said something about that earlier. That's actually where I started at. There's the Queen's Lounge. I don't know. It really just depends. The Hookah Lounge. What's it called? Hubbly Bubbly.
Okay. And are these just like open mic events, or people like sign up, or is it? Like, how do you get involved if you're interested into that? You know, poetry?
I know Dope Poetry. They have. If you want to sign up, then you can go at what time is it? 7:30. Sign-ups are at 7:30.
Okay.
And then if you just want to come enjoy, come at like 8:15.
Got it.
And I say the Hubbly Bubbly, I think they have like a headliner. They have a few headliners, but if you want to sign up, you can still sign up within a certain time too. I'm not really sure about the other places, but I know like Poetry and Chill, they have some things. There's like a few open mics around Oklahoma. Like,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
For you, did the poetry come before the music, or which one came first?
Oh man.
Or did it just happen like both organically? I don't know.
I think It's hard to say because like I started singing in choir, but and that was like I say 13, 14, 15, but like I was still in choir and I just wasn't, I didn't even know if music is what I wanted to take seriously.
Okay.
But I started reciting my poetry at Dope Poetry at 19, and I started mixing it in on stage, with my singing. And so I say about 19 when I started really thinking about taking my craft seriously. Yeah, like, and I'm not even gonna lie, like when I first got up on stage,
What was that like?
oh my God, I sucked.
Really?
Oh
Just
my
because you were
goodness.
nervous, or what happened?
I was nervous. I ain't never got up on stage before. I had stage fright at that time. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm reading off my phone. It's an open mic, so I'm just like I see all these people.
How many people are we talking about?
Like it was a bunch of people. It was a bunch of people. Oh man. Yeah, it was bad, but I just kept on going up there, like, and I talked to the host. There's two hosts. There's a older one and a younger one. Jay Wiggins, shout out to you. Proverb, shout out to you. They just talked to me and they was like, you could, go
That's
back
good.
up there. I want to see you on Wednesday because it's every Wednesday.
Okay.
It's like, I want to see you next Wednesday. Write something different. Or, I remember Proverb. He told me, like, don't even write anything different. Just keep on reciting that poem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And come back. Yeah, just practice it. Yeah. Come back and do your thing. And so I'm like, okay. But yeah, but when I started incorporating it and got comfortable and started incorporating it, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap?
It was a wrap.
One thing I noticed about your project is I didn't see a lot of features. Is that because you're super intentional of like who you want to involve with your artwork, or it just happened that you just wanted to do a solo project?
I think a little bit of both. Like I had a few people that I wanted to do a song with and features with, but you have to respect, certain times, and there's a certain time for everything. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to rush anybody to do something, and I'm got things going on my end as well. So, just everything happens in its time. Like I said, like a little bit after that, like maybe like a day after that project, like a song dropped with me, Still Country, and Ben Rich. I don't know if you know Ben Rich, but
no, that's already dropped or it's about to drop?
It's already dropped.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And so like I do features, but it's just like I said, just perfect time for everything.
Yeah, for sure. What do you think are some of the sort of drawbacks of being an artist in Oklahoma? Do you have challenges? You ever like, hey, maybe I should go to Atlanta or something that's more of a music hub?
I will say sometimes like the support could be a little bit, I don't know, because I have a great support system, so I don't want to stun on anybody that hasn't, that is supporting me.
No, we're not bashing anybody. I'm just saying, as an artist, trying to grow your following. Right?
Sometimes it does get difficult. You know what I'm saying, and not even just with supporters, with certain promoters, certain just everything. Not everybody thinks like you. So you just have to keep your emotion. No matter what, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to keep your own ship going. You know what I'm saying? So it does get challenging sometimes, like, and sometimes you could think like not enough people are paying attention, not enough people are watching, but that's not why I got into music. That's not why I got into poetry. I got into that because that's something I enjoy to do. That's something that's my passion. So
So what keeps you motivated? If it's challenging, maybe if you're not seeing the number of streams or the number of followers or whatever it is, are you ever just like, not motivated to pursue it any longer? Or what keeps you motivated to keep going?
Man, it literally what keeps me going is literally my passion for music. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have a lot of friends. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as somebody I can just, call, hey girl, so if I'm having a bad day or, I'm gonna write something or I'm going to record something.
So it's like your outlet to
yeah.
de-stress and let everything out.
I don't make it for people, which I would love if people enjoy my songs, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But I don't make it for people. I make it for me. Yeah. And, so that's just what it is.
No,
that's just what it is.
I get it. I think I saw you have a new single too, right? Like
yes, What You Need. Yeah.
Tell me about that single and how it came about.
Okay, so Paul Loudmouth actually made that beat.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Okay, so it's actually a remix to Say Yes, the Floetry song Say Yes. Now, if you listen to the original track, it's way slower. Now, Paul had made it faster, you know what I'm saying? And I had came to his house one time, like just to record my song, you know what I'm saying? And he had let me hear it. And he was just like, man, I keep on sending it in these beat packets. And you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody really messing with it like that. I'm like, let me hear it. Man, I just told him to slow some up real quick, you know what I'm saying? It came out great. Started writing. Yeah, I'm like, let me get that.
Yeah.
Let me get cool. that.
So is that kind of like your most recent track that you said you're about to drop a country track too, right?
Yeah, well, that's actually my homeboy's. His name is 530. Shout out to you. But yeah, he actually got a country album on the way.
Awesome.
Country and gospel.
Okay.
And got some love in there too. But I'm the only feature on that project. So
cool. Yeah. And the track is like a traditional country track or what?
Got a little R&B mixed in.
Little R&B?
Okay. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah. Are you able to sort of mix well with different genres, or you kind of find that R&B is kind of like your go-to and that's where you feel more comfortable?
R&B is I love R&B. I love neo soul.
Yeah.
Those are my lanes, but I love music, so if it's something that catches my ear, I'm going to be like, let me get on that. Like, and like I said, like that song, we made that song like a year ago. I didn't even know he was going to drop it until like a month ago. He called me like, yeah, I'm about to drop it.
What's the name of the track?
It's called Walked Away.
You mentioned that you were also like friends with KO, right? She was on the podcast.
Oh,
right?
well, I'm a fan of her. I'm more of a fan, you know what I'm saying?
I was going to say that might be a cool collab with KO.
I'm more of a fan, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. She definitely, knows who I am and stuff. But, I told her, like, I show her love. She showed me love, so.
Cool. You haven't met in person or you have met in person?
Yes, we have met in person like twice.
Cool.
Yes.
What's the artist scene like here in Oklahoma? Are they pretty supportive? You guys kind of know each other?
I say we're supportive. You know what I'm saying? There is a few little ones on the way.
Some bad apples in there?
Some bad apples in a bunch. But I say overall, like, we're pretty supportive of each other. And, you might run into some, but it'll be like within the camp or within, the circle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not even just like the camp.
Yeah, cool. You're lining up, I guess, some tour dates for next year, stuff like that, right?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that, maybe what you've got as far as your goals for next year.
So my goals for next year, I definitely want to drop my album. I have an album on the way called 2424. And I'm just lining up songs for that, just figuring out what I want to do. And as for shows, we got the Spring Bling on the way.
Okay.
I think my manager, he's supposed to be having it in Kansas this year. And there's also a few other shows that I'm trying to line up. And of course, like the big show, I'm trying to get on that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Have you ever done any type of like competitions or talent shows or anything like that just to get more exposure?
Man, I've did a few like for my camp, like Money Wave. He has like, he always be holding like certain like competitions called like Go Big or Go Home and stuff like. And so I was thinking about doing one next year, like getting on next year. But I've never really, I don't really do competitions like that.
Yeah. I'm getting the vibe that you just do the art because you enjoy doing the art.
I just do my thing.
And then whatever happens. You just put it out into the world.
You know, and I'm so blessed that like it done got me where I am today. Like literally, like people be coming up to me like, you know, like they actually know who I am.
That's awesome.
Like, I'm like, okay.
What's been sort of the most rewarding, thing that's happened to you because of the music so far?
Man, just the love, like the love. Like I don't want to sound like boastful, like you know. But like it's rare that I walk into a room and I don't know a lot of people. Like I don't know people, I don't know somebody. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because, like I said, like within the open mics, I've been doing the open mics since I was 19. I'm 24 now. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So and now I'm starting to take it to like other states, and yeah, I'm just blessed, and I'm focused on my son. I'm trying to make sure he's good. He's 2 right now. He just turned 2. So
keeping you busy, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I
running all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So I can't mess around.
Yeah. Would you say that you pursue poetry and music equally? Like, I'm thinking if I'm into poetry, maybe I want to pursue a book or something, putting out my poetry out as a project.
Oh man, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was like 19, 20, I was around so many like authors and just amazing poets. And I was still wild and doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So this was before my son and everything. So like, I just didn't think I was good enough to like put out a book at first. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't. And then like, now people keep asking me, I don't know. I might.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. If I'm, thinking of you like poetry, it'd be cool to have something physical to capture all your poems.
You're right.
Maybe you have like pictures or media of your shows.
Right.
Or whatever.
I definitely got a lot. I definitely got a lot that I don't even like recite, And like I said, like some of the poems that I recite at the shows, people will never hear like on my album or anything. You know what I'm saying? I just do that at the shows.
Can I put you on the spot to recite one here, or would you rather people show up at the show to listen?
His eyes led me to the gates of heaven. Lips full and beautiful like the sea. See, safe isn't even questioned when I'm around him, making me never want to leave. Got my heart skipping 1, 2, 3 beats. King, you don't even know what you do to me. Nothing to say but that 4-letter word, needing his drug just like a fiend. Engulfed by his presence. Y'all, I was so obsessed with his cologne. Craving to create the sweetest love with him. Can you come sit with me upon this throne? Baby, cause you really got my mind gone, but shoot, I'll take all the consequences. Whenever you're not by my side, my mind, body, and soul can tell the difference. See, you're that special one for me, and ooh, I love to watch your melanin glow. See, cause both of our energies can vibrate together. It's something about your aura that really turns me on. You awaken my 5 senses. You give me just what I need. Time is what we taking, not what we wasting. And one day I swear I'ma have your seed. See that honeydew stay dripping. He let her watch how my legs shake. We live in this moment, going a few rounds of making that bed break. I see all the power in him just like he see all the beauty in me. And I know this love could go far because our atmosphere is everything. We both been through hell and back, so ain't no pressure. I just need you to know that I'm that pressure. And I got just what you need, Queen Ella.
That's amazing. I was worried that it was going to be a bashing one, but no, it's a ride or die. It's a love one. So that's
I told
cool.
you, I know.
I'm glad you have that.
Talking about riding.
Yeah.
Like, for these dudes,
That's
man.
cool. I like it. It's ride or die. So you said that was an old one. How?
Yeah.
When did you write that? How long ago?
Ooh, I say like fairly, like maybe a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And give or take a year and a half ago, because I was, you know what I'm saying, in a little situation.
Yeah. Based on a true story.
Yeah.
That's cool. So in these sort of poetry shows, do people just go and recite just one poem, or do they do like a set, or
Now,
what's typical?
typically they do just perform one.
Okay.
Just because it'd be a lot of people on the list, so
Really? So how many people were typical night? How many were we talking?
it really, okay, so I remember when dope poetry first started, like it used to be like 10 to 12 people coming to perform. You know what I'm saying? So they used to let us do like 2, but then like it literally got to the point where our host like literally only had like 23 on the list.
Man,
like only
that's a lot.
23 could sign up. And it was a lot. And like they would have to, have everybody out by like 11 o'clock. And like it was just one of them things because we were there for free. Like we didn't pay to get in there, and it would be packed, so but probably about, get about 1.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like especially with dope poetry, you don't get no instrumental. It's just straight spoken word.
It's a lot of pressure.
You and the mic in the stage. So
And
that
it's
was
like
another
dead
reason.
silence. It's not like
Dead
a concert,
silent.
right?
Yeah.
Everybody's all eyes on you.
Yeah,
right?
period. And so, but like at a show, when you get like a set, they'll tell you like, okay, you got like 15 minutes. So, 15 minutes, you can do whatever, and since
It's a long time.
yeah, since I'm a singer too, I can do like 2 songs, 2 poems, I can do whatever in 15 minutes. Yeah.
Do you get more nervous doing the poetry thing or doing the actual performing of a song on
Poetry
stage?
actually warms me up.
Really?
Like it really does.
Okay.
Like, because, you definitely get all the jitters out, because like you're performing on the stage, like without the music, so once you turn on the music, I mean,
that's
they
true.
know. They know what's up.
Have you ever forgotten like any of the poems when you're on stage, everybody's looking at you and you just go blank?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
That would be my biggest fear is like
I
being up
definitely
there.
have.
What do you do? Like
Freestyle.
Just freestyle?
What?
So they don't even know that it happens.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Okay.
Most of the time they don't. Now, like I say, like in the beginning, like more at like dope poetry, like that's why I do like still going, sometimes I might go, I haven't been in a minute, in about a month. I need to go. But like that's why I do still like going, because you can work on your craft, you can sharpen up. They don't have artist development like they used to.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely still go to certain places to make sure, I'm still, together.
Yeah. Are the sort of the younger crowd, are they still into writing poetry? Is that still like a big thing?
Definitely. Okay. It's crazy because like you'll see like 15, 16, well, not anymore. Not anymore. I ain't gonna say that. But like you would see very young people like on stage, reciting poems. And you can tell like a lot of the time it's very inspiring, because like a lot of the times you could tell like a lot of them people done went through some stuff, like done went through things, and they're just like I said, that outlet. So
pouring their heart out basically on stage.
Yeah,
right?
and they'll be writing from their phones, like just whatever, and they just.
I bet people maybe even cry or break down.
People
mid-poem,
have,
right?
People have.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think being an artist, you have to be super vulnerable, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
think some of the best music comes when you're brokenhearted, when you've gone through some stuff.
Oh,
What are your
my
thoughts on
God.
that? Like when you're happy, are you like not inspired, or are you inspired when you're happy too, or what?
I say I done got better with that because I used to like when I would be super happy, I wouldn't really write. I wouldn't,
Yeah.
really bother with my notebook. But like when I'd be hurt, like I'm about to put all of this in this notebook and talk about this dude. But it's just like now, shoot, I need to write about all of that. Like, especially like if you're an artist, you just need to write, even if it's just like a quote.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you never know what could stem later from that quote. You know what I'm saying? You write that in your notebook and you go back later. You know what I'm saying? You might come up with a whole song. You never know. So now I try to like, even if I have like the most beautiful thought in my head, I try to just write it down.
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? And then later see what happens,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just looking at life and, just figuring out, everything and all the beautiful and the messed up
Sure.
parts of it.
Walk me through your creative process. Does it just hit you all of a sudden and you have to like even like pull over or pull up your phone or whatever to write it down, or do you like sit down? It's intentional. You go to like a coffee shop or something to get inspired.
I say kind of both. I will come up with something like in the most randomest times. And like I said, I'll just write it down and just keep going about my business. But I say my best times to write, which some people might know this, some people might not. I'm like very much of a night owl.
Okay.
So like, I love to write at like 3-4 in the morning and everybody else sleep and I'll just be.
You're in the zone.
Yeah.
You listen to music when you write, or is it just silence, or what?
Sometimes, like if I have a song, like an instrumental that I really just want to put something on, because I will say like it's easy to write, but some instrumentals for me are just a little bit more difficult to, I don't know, to just, just to expose my cell phone. I think just because I know like it is about to be in the studio and it is going to be released, people going to hear it. But I also like think that it's a beautiful thing too. So I just try to pull it together, like I said, and just do what I gotta do. And putting the poetry on it on certain beats is very different too.
Yeah. I bet. When you're writing, do you prefer old school, paper, pen, or can you do it on the phone? Sometimes when I hear artists say, I prefer the old school way, it feels better to just like touch that paper, touch the pen and do it that way. What's your preference?
I can write on the phone. Just cause like them random times you might need that phone. But I will say that a pen and paper is a lot better. It helps like you just flow a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a lot more to say. It's right there, And then especially because like I be doing my poetry, like I need to see what I'm see everything that I'm talking about.
And I almost think that there's like a romantic aspect to being on pen and paper, and there's like less between you and your art. It's like almost like a better connection, if that makes sense. If I'm thinking about it, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What other projects besides your album is that like going to be the main focus for next year, or what?
Well, I have that, and then I also have another feature that I'm on with my friend YC. I'm not really sure when he's planning on dropping it, but it's a really pretty love song. It's like a little gangster love song.
Awesome.
As far as me, like I said, I'm probably gonna drop like 2 more singles before I drop my project. And but for right now, I really want to work on my content.
Okay.
I really need to work on my content.
That's like a full-time job, right? Keeping up with all that, right?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
See, I'm not really I don't really like being in front of the cameras like that. I like to perform. I like to perform my art, but like
Yeah.
So that's something that I'm still working on. But it's something I gotta get used to. So
I think you could even like do it where it's just like you writing the poem or something. It's just a video. Maybe you don't even have to show your face. You could, experiment with stuff
that's
like that.
actually a really good idea. That's actually a good idea.
Like just find a cool place that has some cool vibes and you just like writing the poem and then you could just like do the voiceover afterwards or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
And people have been doing like drop the mics. I'm like,
yeah. Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
You're right.
Yeah. So dream collab, if I ask you, who do you want to do a collab with? Like pie in the sky, who are you going with?
Like somebody recent or just anybody?
Anybody. You tell me. This is a dream collab we're talking about.
I'd say either Jill Scott or Raheem Devine.
Okay. Do you go to R&B concerts? What type of music do you listen to when you're not performing? What type of concerts do you like going to?
See, and that's so crazy. I'm not even gonna lie to you, sir. I ain't never been to a concert. Like just
never?
other than like
what? You just blew my mind here.
That's bad. I ain't never been to a concert.
No way.
Like other than like just the ones that I was really performing at.
Yeah, that's crazy. Why is that? You just haven't like
I don't
seen
know
the artists that you want to see live or what?
And it's crazy because I've met a few artists, but I just I don't know. Like, cause I remember when I was younger, I didn't have the money. So but then as I got older, I was already doing music. I don't know. I don't want to say I stopped caring. That's bad. No. But I just got wrapped up in the Oklahoma scene and I became a fan of the Oklahoma artists that I already knew. You know what I'm saying? So I just
got it.
I don't know. I just didn't.
So that's interesting. So if you're telling me that, if I pull up your playlist, who am I going to find on your playlist then? If you're telling me you haven't been to any concerts.
Oh, you're going to find everybody. You're going to find, like I said, Ari Lennox. You're going to find Jill Scott. Like I said, I always name them. Michael Jackson. You're going to find Raheem Devine. Wavy Baby. He a Oklahoma artist. She is KO. Queso Bobby. You're gonna find like just everybody. Lieutenant P.
Okay. Yeah. What about somebody like Beyonce or SZA? If they're in town, you're telling me you're not gonna want to go to the concert or what?
Man,
is it like I don't want to be my sort of like idols sort of thing? I don't want to be let down or what?
And it's not even that. It's just like I believe in like timing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, this is gonna sound bad. Like, do I want to pay like because like Beyonce, let's say these tickets
it's crazy.
Are $500 or whatever. I don't know how much they are.
Yeah.
But I want to pay all of this to see her on the big screen, and I'm not gonna meet her. You know what I'm saying? Like, and don't get me wrong, I love Beyonce. But it's not my time to meet her. And like I said, I can watch her videos and she be doing that thing. I ain't tripping, But, and I think she's a beautiful girl and SZA too, I would go to a concert. I don't know. I just haven't.
That's cool. So maybe we want to save it to where the first time you meet them is because you're on stage with them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going to meet them.
You already made it this far. Just save it.
And I was salty when Ari Lennox came down here. I didn't know she was opening up for Rod Wave. Okay. I was hurt. I would have went to that.
Yeah.
I would have went to that, but it's okay because I'm a meter, so I can't even trip.
What's been sort of the biggest challenge, you think, being an artist? You know, is it just all the grind, like you said, keeping up with content, you know, doing stuff you don't necessarily enjoy, but it just comes with the territory of being an artist, right?
I say that like you know, it's a lot of things. Like I need to do more content. Like
Yeah.
that's my main thing because I have a decent, you know, following on my TikTok and everything, and I need to just, you know, appreciate that more. You know, so
It's a grind. I mean,
you know,
keeping up with content and then, you know, just keeping up with it, responding and everything.
Man.
Like it's a full-time job.
and you know, something that I'm just really realizing is like the poetry. I've always kind of looked at poetry as like music. You know what I'm saying? Still, you know what I'm saying? Because like I always would end up turning my poetry into a song or something.
Yeah.
But it's so different. You know, like the audiences are different.
Yeah.
Like the shows are different. I do poetry shows, like spoken word shows, and I'll do a music show, and it's really different. You know, so just figuring out, you know, where I belong there. You know, I just, like I said, I just do my own thing.
Yeah.
But it still gets a little
whole different vibe. So maybe, I don't know, you tell me, do you have like an alter ego where it's like Queen Ella if we're doing R&B artists, and if we're doing the poetry, is it somebody else? Do you feel like a different person, or is it just always Queen Ella?
I low key, I don't know. I ain't never said this.
There we go.
Listen, I low key do, but not even just, they're two different people. I feel like just when I get up on stage, since I'm not really a people person like that,
Yeah.
I have to turn on that, like, you know, that, you know, okay, that bad chick. You know, I don't know if we can cuss on here, but
You can do it.
but you know, you gotta just turn on that bad bitch, like, okay, you know, especially doing it without an instrumental, sometimes it can be intimidating if it's a lot of people.
For sure.
So sometimes, like, I'll yell over everybody, like, y'all gonna listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and you know, I'm 4'9", you know, I'm a little bitty girl, so I'm like, well, woman. So, you know, so I have to, you know, sometimes it's just getting over that, conquering that.
So for the viewers out there that are doing
Yeah.
that, but they are sort of introverts, they are shy.
Yeah.
What would be some of the tips or maybe some of the encouragement that you would give them? Like, hey, if you do want to be an artist, it's still possible.
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, just do it. Just do
do
it.
it. That easy.
Like Nike, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, like, yeah.
How do you ignore people when you're on stage? What are you sort of like? Do you just like kind of like pretend nobody's there? Like, what are some of the tips that you do to not get nervous?
I will say now, I feel like I go into like somewhere else. Like, you know, that's how I could tell if it was a good show.
Okay.
I go into, you know, I won't even pay attention to anybody around. You know what I'm saying? When I'm performing, like, I'll just perform and I'll be sweating after. You know, that's how I know it was a good show. But like I said, just do it. You know, because at the end of the day, like, can't nobody do you like you. And so, you know, if you think it's something that the world want to hear, they not gonna hear it if you just keep it in your notebook.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They not, you know, unless you do write a book. But either way, you still got to expose it to the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you just got to do it. How bad do you want it? You know, that's really what it boils down to. Do you want, you know, this to be exposed to the world? Do you want people, you know? And like I said, I got good feedback, you know, and of course, you know, everything needs work. So I feel like, you know, I'm my worst critic. So, you know, I just felt like nobody even really needed to tell me anything because I was already like, okay,
I already know
this differently, but you know, just do it. And I promise, like, you know, the worst they can say is I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But what about the people that do like it?
I think another important aspect is that you're leaving a legacy behind, right? So
Mm-hmm.
to me, it would be a waste if someone's a super talented writer, performer,
I
or
agree.
whatever, and then if they never put their artwork out in the world, nobody's ever going to know that.
Nobody. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. Like, and that goes for like dancing, anything,
Yeah.
because I know a lot of people that don't be really wanting to be out in the scenes, but they can dance and they
Yeah.
can do all types of stuff, and it's just like, you got it.
Yeah,
like
share your
what's
gift
going
with the
on?
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I agree with that. Well, we are getting the signal here that we're running out of time.
okay. I'm
But
sorry.
before we sign off, I want to give you an opportunity to share, where can people find you, social media, remind them again of the project that they can go stream everywhere,
Okay.
plug in anything you want right here.
Okay, well, my name is Queen Ella. Again, I have a project called I Am Art, streaming on all platforms. I also have a YouTube channel that I just post like my poetry and stuff on,
Cool.
called Queen Ella 405. TikTok, Queen Ella 405. Instagram, Queen Ella 405. Yeah, so and like I said, get my single, What You Need.
Yeah.
I hope y'all like it. Hope y'all vibe with it.
And be on the lookout for new country music and the new album
Yes,
coming soon.
all of that. All of that. Yes, and be on the lookout because I always got some in the works.
Cool.
I'm
I want to
always
wish you
posting.
continued success. Keep doing what you're doing. It's awesome that
Thank
you're
you.
incorporating all these art forms together. That's super awesome. I think
Thank you.
just keep on, keep on.
Man, I'm trying. Thank you so much.
All right, there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, the super talented Queen Ella on the Maverick Podcast. Keep grinding because in dreams, we trust.
Hey.